Welcome back to another episode of Buster's Beat, the podcast hosted by me, Buster Pants, your favorite problematic, toxic boyfriend. Today, I have a very special guest with me, a musician, an artist, a poet, a Renaissance human being, a lover of life, the one and only Asher Isaac. Hey, Asher.
Hey, Buster. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. I'm really glad you drove all the way out here to be on my little podcast.
Me too.
For the listeners who do not know you as well as I do, please introduce yourself as far as like your name, how you like to move through the world, pronouns, band affiliations, anything like that.
I sing in Bella's Bartok, and I play sad bastard gay cowboy music as a solo artist, as Asher Isaac. Yes, I know, right? We're trying to figure that out on Spotify. I go by they, them. For a good probably 15 years, I was a he, him lesbian, but I've been set free.
You found the other side.
Yeah, it's easier.
Yeah.
I'm happier. Cat parent.
Cat parent. Me too. I put cats on here.
Yes.
So I was like, I know this is going to come up. We both love cats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Welcome to the podcast. I was trying to figure out recently, like, how long I've actually known you.
It's been like 9 years.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a really long time because I was hanging out with both Cade and Chris over the weekend because I never really get to talk to them from the band.
Yeah.
And I was like, you guys have clocked more hours, but I've been in the band longer. So for context, because a lot of my listeners are people from the drag world, so they may not know your band specifically. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about Bella's Bartok, because you are like the founder of the band, and it's had a bunch of different lineups over the years. And tell us about like the origin story of that, because that'll really set the tone here.
I mean, the long and short of it is that I like to say that I've been in like 4 different bands with the same name.
Mm-hmm.
We started long ago in 2000. I mean, technically, probably summer of 2008. Oh, wow. But not really.
Kinda. A little bit.
Yeah, like the building blocks were there. The founding members were all there. That was the
embryo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We were a street band. Like for 2 or 3 years, I went to Lebanon for a year and a half between that, so we didn't really like kick it until I got back in late 2009, 2010. We played like some really fun shows. We got our first gigs in like Northampton. Played some like festivals at like Butternut when they used to do that in Great Barrington. I love that name. Yeah, right, dude. And like we had our first, like that was like, we're like folk punk, like from street band to folk punk.
Yeah.
Got a drummer, got like violin and horns. We always kind of like had an accordion and guitars going. And then we had like some lost years between like 2011 to 2014, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Just like rotating members. Everyone's kind of drinking too much and growing up and trying to figure out.
Doing the rock and roll thing in your 20s.
Yeah.
We're here for the party.
It was a hot mess.
Yeah.
But we went on some of our first tours, like did a couple of Chicago runs, did like New Orleans a few times.
Oh, damn, that early on?
Oh, yeah.
That's all. I was going to say, you guys have like always been touring. Like you never stop touring.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what makes it so hard to nail us down. But we got you on here.
It's like the fly paper. Just
got it. Eventually. That's how I trap you.
Yeah. And then like from 2015 to really 2023, we're essentially like a ska band.
Yeah.
We had like lineup change during COVID, but like a lot of the folks stayed around. It was a little, I don't want to speak off the dead, but it's a little too straight for my tastes until probably last August.
It was like a good gateway drug for the friends who were just like microdosing queerness. Whereas like I can tell this band is gayer than it is coming off, and I can't say how or why.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we met and like became friends, I was like, I understand now.
Yes.
I see. You were just trapped within the confines of a straight cage.
Masking that mask.
That toxic masculinity.
Yeah. That has been banished.
We banished that.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm happy to report that a lot of them have figured some stuff out.
That's great.
And I think they're wonderful human beings.
Lessons have been learned.
Absolutely.
I love that.
I mean,
I have a few friends that like I've had to explain to them over the years when like the lineups have changed, they're always like assuming it's something really specific, like creative driving it. Where I'm like, that's most of the time, that's not what's going on. Where they're like, why don't they have horns anymore? I can't believe they wouldn't want to have horns in their band. I was like, in this economy, who can afford a horn section?
That was the biggest thing. Like the horn guys, like Gershon and Riley. I love those dudes.
Yeah.
They're freaking great. Can I swear?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh,
please.
sweet.
You can fucking
I just don't want to demonetize anything.
No.
But capitalism. But Riley's doing his thing in New Orleans. Crushing
I was going to say,
it.
probably making a lot of money playing horns in New Orleans.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like Gersh is doing occupational therapy for like creative people and just
damn.
crushing it in a ska band.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, the Moon Stompers are like based out of I think East Hampton,
No.
but they play like all around the valley, which is cool in the 403.
But it's, a lot of my friends are like, oh, it's, they're changing their sound. I'm like, well, the sound does change as people change, but I'm like, they don't hate horns.
No, I grew up with that stuff.
I was like, if you guys want to like financially front their horn section, I could probably make some phone calls if you feel that strongly about it.
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I kind of got sick of the whole like, oh, you guys are like so gypsy. I'm just like, take that word out of your mouth.
Yeah.
Like my mother's family are like from like the Balkans and Crimea, and the Balkan side is like Sephardic Jews and like Kalderash Romani.
The way I got into you guys were playing like the Thursday night cabin set at like Wormtown or Strange Creek, and I was there by myself because all my friends weren't getting there till the next day, and my friend hit me up to be like, hey, you like System of a Down, you should go see this band. And I had nothing else going on. I was like, all right, let me finish setting up my campsite, I'll go check it out. And you guys crushed it, and I think you covered Sugar that night.
Definitely did.
You covered Sugar that night, and I was like, I'm in. Who are these people?
Definitely did.
And then I think you might have played again that weekend, and you did like a Britney Spears cover of Toxic.
Yeah.
And I was sold. I was like, they've spoken to both sides of my soul now.
Yes.
And then I think I don't know if we met that year or like the year after, where we were both just like hiding in like a merch booth late at night.
With Vicky.
Yeah.
From Electric Haze fam.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were just hiding.
Yes.
Because there's too many people.
I think.
Or I was hiding out.
I definitely was too.
Yeah.
I think I was experimenting with sobriety for the first time then, and I was like, I don't really want to do weird drugs with weird people.
Yeah, and there's a lot of that.
Yeah. I think less so. Like, I mean, you can probably speak to this, like what Strange Creek and Wormtown has become. Like, that's not like a wook party so much. There's so many. I mean, we were talking about this last year, or like right like in 2022 when it kicked off again.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god.
Well, it's nice because like now that people had to like isolate and fend for themselves, like it's not as kosher for someone to come up and just be like, hey, can I like take all the stuff you have? Like, can I hit that joint? Can I smoke your cigarette? Can I do this? It's like, oh no, we have to be mindful of germs now.
Totally.
So, the wooks who like to take everything from your campsite had to be a little more self-sufficient. They're still there.
Yes.
They're still there borrowing. But now people don't think I'm being a jerk when I'm just like, no, you can't. Because I would still say no anyway.
Yeah.
I often make the joke that I brought the word no single-handedly into the music
God.
festival scene. Because the amount of times that I would go to a festival and someone would be bad behavior. Like there used to be this old man who, and I won't mention the band or the people or whatever, this is years ago anyway, but like there was this one guy who would come to their shows and just ruin the vibe. He would like cock block everyone after the show. He would dance on really young girls non-consensually. He would get up on stage and like grab the mic to do like spoken word poetry. It was out of control. And not a single people just let him do it. And one day I went to the band to be like, why do you let this guy do that? And they're like, he's just like that. And I was like, has anyone ever tried telling him no? And it just like...
A boundary?
A boundary? I brought boundaries to the music festival scene.
I mean, no walls, no borders, but boundaries, that can be a healthy thing for everyone.
Or like when people start learning like, oh, you have to ask for hugs. And I'm like, you also have to be prepared for the answer no.
Yeah.
The amount of people who are like, oh, can I have a hug? And I'm like, oh, no, thank you. And they're like, well, I asked.
Yeah.
I'm like, right, because you gave me the option of saying no.
Yeah. You didn't tell me that you're going to hug me.
So I'm exercising that
yeah.
right.
And like that's something like I've really noticed with our fan base post-COVID. It's like it's skewing younger, queerer, like very much like more punk. And like that kind of
more community and like safety
exactly,
focus. Yeah.
Exactly. Like I think since last Strange Creek, like last year, like a couple of our like fans who like see us like out in the world, not just the festival. It's like whenever we go pee alone at night, something always weird happens. I'm just like, dude, okay, festival time, like never pee alone. Just always bring a buddy.
Bring a buddy.
Because those like whack ass wooks won't like be trying to prey upon you if you're like moving in numbers.
Yeah.
And it's like we're not like, it's not like we're like prey animals. It's just like you run a group. Like cats are safe. You know, cats are small. They're safe together in a group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They know how to look after their own.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I preach that so much. Even to like just anyone walking around a festival at night, I'm like, oh, bring a buddy or bring a safety object if you can't bring a buddy.
Yeah, yeah. Because like those spun out. Yeah, we know.
Bad apples.
We know.
Yeah, bad apples can ruin the whole bunch. But I think you have, especially over the last few years, like your community around like the Bella's Bartok fan base has really stepped up, especially like in years past where you just see people at festivals like who've done too much stuff and their one friend is half falling down, but nobody wants to like stop the bad time to take care of, or stop the good time to take care of one person's bad time. Like we have to be more mindful as a community.
Like get a bitch some water.
Yeah,
you know,
get
just
your
like,
friends some water. Like carry them not in front of the speaker. You know, see what their pupils are doing.
Yeah. Are they pins? Or are they big?
Do you need to go get an EMT?
Yeah.
Maybe you should. I'm sorry if it's gonna harsh the mellow.
I just recertified in first aid, so you can like tap on my foot.
We
Not in the
love
middle,
that.
you know, in the middle of a song, someone's passing out, I'll hop off.
Yeah, you know, there's some things you just gotta prioritize.
Exactly.
I had someone, a venue, reach out to me about like, hey, we really want to do like a singles mixer sort of event. And like, we just think you'd be a really safe person to host that. And I was like, yeah, thank you. Because they were like, we had someone else in mind and they were kind of running it to be like a wild party, which was fun, but like was not a safe environment for people. And I was like, okay, like that's good.
I mean,
But I like to know that there's people out there who are like, you actually care about people's safety at shows. So would you like to create more safe spaces?
exactly.
And I'm like, yes, I do want to do that.
And like people will, they like, I mean, for the venue at least, like if you have people who know they're safe, they're going to come again and again and again. So it's like there's the money aspect of it, but there's also on our end, it's the growing and maintaining of community that is so important to us. And like there still are people, we had an experience recently, that don't get that. And then when you get the boundary, and like regardless of gender,
No.
and it's just like when they don't get what they want, it's like a tantrum kind of thing.
God.
And I'm just like, yo, if we're going to engage in dialogue with you, but if you're not willing to have a dialogue, if it's just like a demands of what your wants are, not necessarily your needs.
I'm
it's just
so
like
curious.
it's
Is
over.
this something that happened this weekend?
No,
Okay.
it happened like last month, actually, like right before the one of the Iron Horse shows. I was just like cooked. I'm like, why is this happening?
Oh no.
Look, dude, my bitch ass is 40. I can't deal with this stuff.
Oh my
Like,
God. The
going
amount of
on.
times where like I'll hear people say things. I'm like, listen, in about 10 years, you guys aren't going to care so much about these sorts of things.
No, and if you want to come to our show, I mean, dude, we can't like police a festival, obviously.
Yeah.
And I hate to use that word even. We can't like maintain a semblance of safety at a festival.
Yeah.
But at a bar or like, you know, one of the punk spots we play, like the dives that are our bread and butter, like if someone's coming in and making our fans or my bandmates or like our auxiliary performers feel uncomfortable, I'm just gonna be like, dude, here's this person's picture. Don't let them in.
Yeah.
That's it.
I
That's all.
have a very like zero tolerance. Like the minute somebody's unsafe, I'm with the people. I'm grabbing them and making them leave, or I'm like grabbing the security people to be like, this
Totally.
person needs to leave immediately. And I've been in opposite situations. I went to go see a band years ago in Boston, and some man literally tried to like look up my skirt. I was wearing a skirt at the time. He was laying on the floor looking up my skirt, and like I had leggings on, but still. So I went to go get security, and I was like, you need to get him out of here. They didn't kick him out. They were like, oh, he's friends with the band. And I was like, well, tell the band what he just did. And they all kind of like, oh, sorry, he's just a guy who comes to our shows. And then the bar was like, we can give you a free drink. So that part doesn't exist anymore. I gossiped them out of existence.
Good.
I like to take credit because they closed very shortly, a few months after that.
I mean, that kind of thing, like,
gossip saves lives. I always come back to it. When people try to talk it down, I'm like, no, we need to keep each other safe. If you're just talking shit to talk shit, that's different. But like, if you're communicating information privately to maintain safety, gossip saves lives.
I was just reading an article on that stuff, like how, like, in so many societies, like before the modern age or whatever, there's gossip was a way to keep safe. Keep your community safe, keep your family safe, even like at the very small things, like that guy over there is not safe, da 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 da, and like it just go around, and like in Yiddish, and I think I know in Yiddish there's like 7 different words for gossip for the different kinds of gossip. I think in Romani there's like 4. I'll ask my aunt.
I like them all.
It's just like, what the heck? That it's like for the different types of like danger,
the kind
dangerous
of gossip,
man. Let's be real. It's just like, or like a bad mother-in-law, like this is that kind of, I think that's just
the degrees.
Yeah,
of, yeah,
that's just Jewish, I think, or
oh, well.
Yiddish. But don't tell anyone.
I won't.
But I mean, just to see, like, again, like going to the community, like our audience evolve, and like I can talk about Palestine now without people like, why are you being so political?
Why are you political? Like, why are you at my show?
It's like, do you not listen to my lyrics? No.
People get really upset about that at drag shows. They're like, why does your drag have to be political? I mean, I don't get that all the time.
It's like my body's literally a political statement.
I'm
at this
like,
point.
drag is political. I mean, there's definitely like queens and kings who pander to like safe crowds, and that's fine. Make your money. But like, just drag is inherently political. So if you're already there, why not go all the way there with your thoughts? But yeah, I'm weird enough. People generally know they're getting into something strange when they come to my shows.
I mean, like again to the 2022 when like things actually started really rolling. Like we were just gonna be like, oh, I didn't really know that you guys were like this like gay or like political. And then I was like responding like, yeah,
pretty gay.
It's I mean, like, you know, gay is a blanket. Like,
yeah,
I usually
queer.
use queer as like that umbrella thing, but you know, we had like, you know, just hired on a bunch of like queer and non-binary people, and like, dude, at this point the only person who's not on that end of things is like our drummer, and he's a Worcester soft boy.
That's true. I was gonna say he's
like all of his friends are gay.
He's a strong ally.
I know, I love him. He talks about his feelings so much. I'm just like, yes, Cade, get it.
Cade's got feelings, and we love him for it.
I know. And just like being able to like see like people come to our shows like a year ago who are just like, oh my god, what is this? And then come like freaking wearing a dress and be like, I'm they them now, and it's an X on my passport and my license. I'm just like,
love that. Be on that journey.
And like that they can do that and feel comfortable and feel accepted in themselves and accept it, have their friends and community accept it to whatever extent it is. You don't have to like wait until you're 29, 30, 35 to like be like, oh, this is me. Like I knew at 19, I was like, I definitely like whatever you got in your undercarriage, like doesn't matter, it's the person I want in. And like, you know, usually in like 2006 problematic stuff, like I'm just a woman trapped in a man's body, but it's working out for me right now. You know, like,
I mean, it was
him
2006.
lesbian, or like I'm a very like 90, like what was I saying in college? Like I'm 90s bi, like let's just go. And then like, you know, bi became transphobic. But it's like, but I date trans people.
I also maintain that bi isn't transphobic.
Yeah.
Transphobic. I know some people use it in a transphobic way, but as someone who identifies as bisexual, I'm like, it just means that I am attracted to people who are my gender and people who are not my gender.
Yes, that's what I'm just like.
And as a non-binary person, that pretty much covers everybody.
It's like, too bad.
Oh well.
But you know, just having like my most recent ex just be like, you know, she was cis, but she's also like dated women often. She was like, why are you doing he, him, and them, they? It's like, well, just what are you clearly? I'm just like, they, them. And they're like, then just go.
Then just pick
free.
one. Yeah.
This is like, you know, 5 years ago at their ripe old age of 35.
Oh yes.
And I was like, yeah, let's just do away with it. Because like, you know, I had partners who were telling me like, oh, you're too gay for that. Or like, you're not gay enough for this, or you're not this. I'm just like, don't I know who I am on here? Like,
The whole like gay enough or too gay. Yeah, we could do a whole episode about just that, but we won't because this episode's about you, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of queer origin story, how far back does the gay go?
I mean, so
or when did you or coming out story or anything like that?
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean,
let's break into that.
It is hard because like between 15 and 17, I was very angry. I was just like kind of.
It's an angry age.
Yeah, and I was like very annoyed with my mother's culture and stuff like that. And then like I started being like, wait, I'm finding men attractive. And I'm like, oh God, no, that means I'm gay. fuck. And this is like 2000 to 2001 and stuff like that. I'm just like, I can't. Oh my God, what do I do?
Yeah.
So it's just like, I was like, I'm finding, my high school girlfriend's boyfriend at the time. Shout out Justin. I'm just like, wait, he's just as hot as his sister. What do I do? Didn't do anything about it. And then I started like working at like the Berkshire Co-op, and like my homie Lily, who was like punk rock dyke from like fucking Great Barrington, and she was huge mohawk, and she's like, with a cool older, like, I think her girlfriend at the time was like from Pittsfield.
Oh Lord.
And kind of like somehow, because like I'm from Pittsfield originally, like got involved with like a bunch of like cool Pittsfield local punks. I know. I mean, I got like
the illustrious Pittsfield Mall. Shout out,
dude.
I've gotten a massage there.
Yo. I mean, that's where I met all my goth friends too, who are also like in high school. Like all the goth kids were just like. I mean, for those who I kept in touch with, like, are trans and non-binary and just like fucking rocking and rolling so hard. Like I met my first they-thems at 18 and 19 at the Pittsfield Mall. I was like, what does that mean? Tell me.
Tell me everything.
Please.
Yeah.
And they're like, this. I'm like, oh. And you play in metal bands? Oh my. And you're in hardcore bands and you go to these like biker clubs and throw down, and then they like all of a sudden respect you and don't want to hate crime you for existing. And like this is like the Berkshires, like North Adams, Albany, Troy, all that stuff, Worcester, New Haven a few times. I'm like, wait, this is awesome. And living like in my first apartment at 19, living with like one of my dear friends who was like gay as the day is long. And like when he came out to us like in high school, we're like, we know and we love you. And yes, that you're here now. Like you can't push anybody. Like
no.
During like
that was my
era.
whole high school experience was like I've been out for basically my whole life. And like being in high school was being one of the few out queer people and like knowing who was gonna come out later in life and then just having to wait. And then they're all like in their 30s now, and they're all gay and living their best life, gay and trans and married and doing their whole thing. I'm like, would have been nice to have more queer friends in high school, but I'm happy for your journey.
Totally.
But yeah, you can't push people out of the closet, but sometimes you can pick up on it if it's there.
I mean, some of my friends didn't transition until their 30s.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and they're like a little older than me, and like some of them were like people I looked up to when I was like in high school and middle school, because they're like cool and artistic and musicians and like date hot people of varying genders and stuff. I'm like, how do I do that? And it's like really coming into my queer identity at like not like keeping it a secret so much at like 25, 24, like, and like meeting a bunch of people like in I went to college a little late because of drugs, and so like when I was like graduating at 24, 25, just living with those people and being like, oh wait, I am those people, like truly
you're one of them now.
Not like just going to Hampshire and telling people like maybe not my name. I'm like, can I suck your dick, please? Can I see what's let me try it out. Just are you
just
cool
curious?
And then if they're like, no, I'm like, yeah, I know you're correct. And if they're like, you want to date for a little bit, I'm like, yes, but I don't have Facebook and I might not tell you my real name.
Oh Lord.
Will my cousins disown me if they know? And it turns out no.
Well,
and that was like just like that hidden thing of like being second generation even, but like knowing that my immigrant grandfather was just like, there's no such thing as gays in our culture, like really, or it's just like,
Yeah, we don't have them
it's
here.
like, are you fake? Like, kuni? I'm just like, maybe, and it's hilarious in a lot of ways. I mean, my dad was making a list actually of like all the queer or gay or trans people in our family, and it's like one of his cousins who's like, they're half Lebanese. He's a trans man, and like, you know, like boomer Jen. So I'm just like, that's dope.
No.
And like wild. I'm sure the 80s was like a hellscape.
Yeah, I bet.
But then like all the like Gen Z and millennials on my mom's side, like we're the Balkan and Crimean people who are like, you know, we were raised in a traditional manners, as it were.
We were raised that this doesn't happen here.
You know, the lady people in our family are like, you know, kind of second class citizens with it loved, but like choices, maybe like who you marry, maybe not a thing. But that my mother married a white dude. My grandfather was like, a white Christian American. He's like,
so pissed.
I mean, she broke open the gate. Like my uncle, like later married like an Irish Russian woman from Texas.
All bets are off now.
Yeah,
we're
like,
doing what we want.
I'm free, Dad, at 41.
Finally.
And it's just like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But my mom like married this hippie ass musician dude who rode a motorcycle, and that was not chill. But then like all his grandchildren, the majority of his great grandchildren, are queer, are trans, are gay. Like I remember my great aunt, my cousin was telling her, he's like, yeah, I'm dating a really nice boy from Pittsfield. His name is this and this. And then she's like, from our synagogue? Like this family from our synagogue? And he was like, yes. And she's like, good, he's a nice Jewish boy.
Well,
like she was kind of out of it by the time of her life. But she's like, you're dating a nice Jewish boy who's like, I know his grandparents.
Perfect.
Great.
Yeah.
And like they're doing their thing. They're like doctors and psychiatrists out in like Southern California. Who knew? Just rocking and rolling. And it's like, it's good to come from like such a big family, and like on my American side and on that side, it's just like we just throw down, and it's like pick and choose the patriarchal aspects of my mom's side to push things forward, like push our familial narrative forward, and to like
generationally learn some lessons for the family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I hate to like use the Game of Thrones, like we're breaking the wheel.
Well, break the wheel.
But
they didn't invent that term.
Exactly. It's true. Might be communist. But like that's what we were trying to do. Like unfortunately, one of my cousins married like a white rich dude from
A Republican.
I mean, even more than that.
Uh-oh.
Like a MAGA, like Trump voting homeboy.
Yeah.
And like all us like millennials and Gen Zers, and like two of my Gen X cousins, because there's a spread in my family. Holy crap. Like we came together and we're all like, yo, our partners are immigrants, like half our family is like brown or brown adjacent. We are the grandchildren of like Sephardi and Eastern Ashkenazi, like Holocaust. Like my grandfather has no cousins or extended family. My mom had no cousins from that side because of like genocide.
Yeah.
And like we're just like, we can't do this. There's a fucking genocide in Palestine.
Yeah.
There's like so much race hate here, and it's blowing up. Like how different is Detroit from like Beirut? Yeah. You know, under occupation.
Yeah,
like
the
all
amount,
this.
the amount of like cognitive dissonance someone needs to do in 2025, where it's like you're surrounding yourself, like your chosen friends and family is like this big diverse group of people, but you're going to choose to like marry yourself to someone who is actively voting against their existence
like,
in my day-to-day life.
I'm like, girl, you don't clock as Anglo even with your fucking nose job. Sorry to hate on that. It's like a big thing in, you know, Eastern Mediterranean.
Yeah.
And I imagine to Italy, it's just like, hey, if you have like a Roman nose, quote unquote, like get yourself a ski slope. Oh, sorry. Like get yourself
my
a
big
ski.
nose.
I know, man. And I was just like, yo, our grandmother gave you that profile and like gave you like wide cheeks and like a strong nose. I'm just like, don't take that away.
Yeah.
And like, I can't judge anyone who's like feels that societal pressure.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, you can also not marry someone who is like
Probably
hating
pressuring
on your brother
yeah.
or your cousins, like these people who
upholding bad values.
Yeah. I'm just like, what is this? And so
yeah.
Like, my great white father, like the only other white man who I trust besides my drummer, was just like, well, let's see if we can get them to understand that like this is not like a safe environment, and like none of us really want to deal with that on Thanksgiving. Like there's so much, like I said, there's so much shit going on in the world. Why do we have to deal with it internally right now?
Yeah.
We're already arguing with like the older males in my family about Zionism. It doesn't even like adhere to the kind of Jew we are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, it doesn't help anybody.
This isn't our team.
Yeah. like rabid colonial capitalism with a sprinkling of apartheid and now genocide. No, that's not. How un-Jewish is that? Anyways, golden calves, the modern world. And like, we're just like, dude, if you want to start making amends, let's have a talk about it. And then they refuse to talk about it. So we're like, okay, you don't get to come here. And like my cousin, who he's the oldest son of an oldest son.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like within like Roma culture and like Eastern Jewry. That's like, you're the heir
You're
apparent.
the king.
And it's like, his father's like in his 80s. He's like doesn't have the energy to like
not
rope
as
us
spry.
all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not spry. And then and he just pulled rank. He's just like, you can't do this. You cannot come into our house and be like, ha ha, Trump won, blah blah blah. It's like, we are, us and our partners and our extended family are not safe. We as individuals are not safe with this. You're not safe marrying into this family. And it's just like, this is the boundary. And like, when you are ready to talk with us as a family, as our family member, please do this, because there's no need for an ostracization in this political climate. They have yet to reach out.
Yeah.
And this was in November.
Well, the
Hopefully
door's there.
Oh, the door has
door's
to be
there.
Open. The door has to be open.
I had recently in my family, my mom reached out to be like, oh, it's this relative's birthday. And like, I know that this is someone who I do not align politically with. And I was just like, okay. She was like, well, it'd be really nice if you could like shoot them a text.
Wouldn't it?
And I was like, well, that's never been our relationship. I've never texted this person in my family to say happy birthday. They've never texted me. We don't send each other cards. It's just, that's fine. But she was like, well, I think it would be a really nice thing to do. And I was like, I'm probably not going to do that. And she was like, well, why not? And I was like, well, who did he vote for? And there's like 5 seconds of silence, and she just goes, ugh, life is too short to hold these grudges. And I cut her off immediately to be like,
Ma.
First of all, my life's getting shorter by the second. Every day I wake up and check the news, okay? So, like, life is too short that, like, I'm not going to send a meaningless text to someone who I have no relationship like that with in the first place to try to smooth over the fact that we have political differences, where I wake up every single day to find out there's some other bullshit in the news that's trying to take away my rights or somebody I love's rights. Or I'm not doing that. I'm not texting happy birthday to MAGA supporters. Not doing it.
Like, whether it's like race or ethnicity based or religious based or like gender identity based, sexuality based, like, what's that James Baldwin quote? It's just like, yo, I'm gonna back you in your rights and your ideas, your opinions, up until the point where it affects me and mine in like a deadly way. Not exactly the quote, obviously, much more succinct.
Paraphrasing. Yeah.
On his end. But like, I am so about that. I don't think you can make peace with someone whose like fundamental thoughts on who you are as an individual is just like, that person shouldn't be alive or living happily. Yeah. I'm just like, but my happiness doesn't affect anyone or their like lifespan.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just the horrible thing that I keep thinking about, because most of the people in my family are Democrats, Democratic leaning. So like when the big like political, when we find out there's someone who is a Republican or a MAGA supporter, it's just like, well, we don't talk about politics in our family. And I was like, we don't talk about them because I thought we were all on the same side here. So it's like a scary thing to like find that out like within your own family of just like, wait a minute, but like we still spend Christmas together. Like, where's the cognitive dissonance that like, oh, it's like you voted for financial reasons? Like you're making the concession of human rights so that you get better tax breaks? Like, it sucks to have it within your own family. So I totally get that.
And like we were, arguing, I mean, it's been an ongoing conversation rather. I mean, it gets heated, obviously.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of like, I blame ethnicity. But like, between like the boomer generations and the millennial and zoomer generations, or Gen Z, whatever, and like Gen X, sorry, I keep skipping it. I have like a couple like Gen X, like first cousins, just because of our spread.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Gen Xers are on the fence about stuff like concern the Democrats. Thankfully, my parents are just like fuck the Democrats. They're like trash. But like, I didn't have any problem not voting for Kamala or Biden this time around, or even the first time around, due to their thoughts on genocide.
Yeah.
Their position on genocide is just like, oh, we can't, like, Biden's like, I can't do anything about it. I'm like, you can, like...
you literally can.
You like, did a bunch of other shit that wasn't that chill, and then you're like, oh, no.
Whoops.
And it's just like, dude, our 51st state is committing genocide. We need to reel them in, regardless of their religion or ethnic background. That can't be acceptable.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know if you remember 2004, but, like, this 2024 the DNC... looked and sounded just like the 2004 Republican convention. I haven't seen so many fucking Cheneys on stage since then.
I was going to say, it did feel very familiar.
Oh my God.
A little deja vu.
And they're just like, yeah, we're going to have the strongest military in the world. I'm just like, a brown woman saying that? In 2024 America?
We need better options in this country.
No,
we need better options.
I was just like, how can you vote? I mean, I haven't voted Democrat since, who's that dude? I mean, I guess I voted for, oh my God, Bernie in 2016.
Yeah, we love Bernie.
Yeah. I mean, I'm bummed on him now.
Well.
Dude, he, like, where did his teeth go? He's like, he can't say the G word.
I don't know. Like, how old is he?
80 something.
You know?
I mean, it's the same thing with, like,
slack.
I know. But, like, I'm just like, homie, you've done so much work. His brother, who was serving in British Parliament until recently, talked all that shit all the time. I'm just like, y'all, like, you're like their first gen, I believe they're first gen Americans, or first gen West in the West, and like, I know their family got decimated in genocide. I'm just like, anyone whose family has been affected by that, I don't understand how you can't see the similarities.
Yeah, it's a strange, the cognitive dissonance of being like, well, this has nothing to do with me or like my feelings or humanity. Like, it's all just paper.
Yeah.
Like, people just boil it down to like, the chessboard in front of them, where it's like, this isn't the real world around you. And it's like, this is the real world. It's affecting real people all the time.
Truly. And like the media in this country and in the West at large, like Western societies are just like shutting people down. Like, I don't know if you heard, like, at UMass, my alma mater, mater? Whatever. Sorry, I Western Mass, like, mater.
I am a mater.
Like, that's, it's a blue state with, like, a blue college president or whatever they're called, prime minister, chancellor. And, like, they called in, like, sheriffs from all over Western Mass and just beat them up. Beat up, like, and there's, like, dude, there's Jewish kids amongst them. There's Jewish professors amongst them, and they're like, we're protecting the Jews. I'm like, you're beating them with
You're literally
sticks.
beating them up. Yeah.
Let alone, like, every other kid there. I'm like, dude, it's insane. And I don't want to, like, harp on this too much. It's just a passionate thing.
Yeah, no,
You know?
it's a good thing to talk about.
And like getting like, you know, the crowd. We had like what, 3,000 people in front of us on Saturday,
at least.
and like getting them to shout Palestine, like free Palestine.
Yeah.
Like, me getting to yell at them in like my Amiya, like colloquial, like Lebanese Arabic,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like eating it up.
No.
And like I know there's some Hebrews.
My
out
favorite
there.
is when people try to shout it back and they have no idea what you're saying, though. That's my favorite.
That's why I kept it in English.
But sometimes you don't.
I was like,
So
I gotta
good.
be like, not everyone speaks Lebanese. I don't.
But when people they're like, I don't think I can do that one.
Palestine sounds like Palestine. We'll get there.
It's close,
But like,
yeah.
just getting like a whole crew of like, you know, white, black, and brown kids just like shouting that back, knowing it, saying it with their fucking teeth.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's one of my favorite parts about being a performer is like people are like, oh, like you're a rock star. You get to go on tour. You're having all this fun. But it's like I'm using my mic. Like I'm using my privilege in the world. Like, yeah, I am partying. I am having a good time. But like also I'm sending real messages out into the world people who are listening and responding and doing their own work when they go home.
Totally.
Yeah.
And like during like, I mean, this winter and like up into the spring, just like I was naive to think that like the Zionist government would be held to task or whatever. Hope, a bitch, but our greatest weapon. Usually I'd be like, you know, up until like this winter and spring, I was just like, you know, this is what you can do to like get the word out about the genocide, how to stop it, like what we can do as individuals, because it's, you know, the U.S. government is a fucking monolith of war and the perpetuating war and racism. And I'm just like, this is what we can do. We can like withhold our taxes. Like I'm getting audited for that crap, but whatever. I don't have any money.
They can try.
Yeah, it's like I can't fund your genocide, dude. I can get like a round of bullets for you, maybe.
I don't know if this is true, but I'm convinced that the government tax stuff is all AI now.
Dude, I mean, you speak to a human, they're like, how come you haven't done this? I'm like, I've been trying to. Or like, I'm not doing this because of this. And like, you do have the option as like a war tax resistor. Is during Korea and Vietnam. I think even World War II, people were like kind of trying that crap out. But you can, like, you know, you can like still like fill out your taxes, but then like I'm not paying this until this stops happening because I don't want my tax dollars to go into this. Like it could go to roads, it could go to education, it could go to healthcare. We could try that out. It'd be nice. Food, like school.
Just any social services, really.
Yeah, fucking school lunches, man.
Anything
like,
besides war weapons.
Yeah, and it's just like, admittedly, I mean, we were going through some like crazy stuff with it within our like band, and like my own personal adventure, and I was like, what can I do? How can I give people hope in this situation? And I was just like, at a loss. I was like, dude, free Palestine, but I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And like, that I think is using my pulpit as a disservice because we can't lose hope.
Yeah.
We can't, like, I think joy and hope are these things that they can fucking try to take away from us. And they can try to be like, joy and hope are only like individual things. You have to do it yourself. I'm just like, no, you do it together.
You do it with community. Yeah.
And like, that's where I've found resilience. I found it within my bandmates. They gave it to me, you know. I didn't even ask. They saw me spinning out. They're like, hey, here's this. They're going to hold me up. They're going to hold me accountable. And they're going to hold me close. And if that's not community, I don't know what the fuck is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got like goosebumps.
That was
thinking
good.
About their I was like, oh.
That was a good little catchphrase, too.
I mean, they inspire me. My family inspires me.
Yeah.
My friends inspire me. You inspire me.
Oh, stop.
No, for sure.
You inspire me.
Oh my God! Like when
I mean, it's true. You use your powers for good. You give me a platform that I wouldn't get otherwise to like just be gayer in public in front of more people. And when people are like, "Are you in this band?" I'm like, "No, it's just like for big shows, they invite me to make it gayer for people because that's important."
I mean, how many kids have like really been coming to our shows and like recognizing you?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And
It's
like,
very. I got bracelet.
Yes.
Somebody
Oh
came
my
up
God.
after the show, made me a bracelet.
I know.
So that was nice.
Dude,
I got this on my last episode
Yes.
from my last guest.
And it's like,
So
I really like it. Like all these little queer, I mean, not little, they're like in their 20s.
yeah, they're adults.
They're
but
adults. It's
they're,
all
they're
hell.
babies to us.
Yeah. And they're just like, they always bring like stuffed animals. Like they know like my goddaughter loves like dragons and stuff. So there's like stuffed animal dragons and she just turned 10. So, yo, Pema, if you're listening, I got some loot for you.
Hey, Pema.
And it's just like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I feel like that they also get to like feel comfortable expressing who they are, and they can bring that. Like what were we talking about like last year? Like you're like, I haven't seen this much gender euphoria in one place like after Strange Creek,
Yeah.
or like after our New Year's shows the past couple of years. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that shit was like,
Well, that's something really interesting I've noticed in the past like 10-ish years, 10 plus years of going to festivals is like what they used to feel like a really straight place. And
Yes.
they still primarily are. And like, that's who it's for. But it's really interesting to watch things get gayer over the years. But like the amount of people who use like festival and like show culture to like microdose queerness, where it's just like these straight men's drinking Coors Light in the woods, but they're like, yo, I'm gonna wear a skirt all weekend. It feels kind of good.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and in a few years, maybe some
have your
more
first
stuff.
boyfriend.
Yeah. And maybe start like experimenting with eyelashes and,
Yeah.
you know.
see what's like the bottom.
Yeah. And like that's not everybody's thing. Sometimes it's they just wear their skirt to festivals and that's fine, but it's like
Yeah.
become this safe space. So but like then when you are being queer, then it's not okay. So I think it's great of us
Yes.
and other bands to like be more forward with their gayness
Yeah.
at festivals where it's just like, yes, this is like a straight owned and operated thing, but like if you guys are all using this to microdose your way into queerness, you need to be more accepting of queerness in your day-to-day lives, not just because like you think it's cool to wear a skirt when you're on acid.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. And it's like just to see like it's like especially Strange Creek, I've noticed like decidedly less white and less
Yeah.
male.
Yeah.
And it's like it doesn't mean that like, you know, we're not like pulling the rug out from under all you dudes. It's just like it's cool that there's just representation.
Diversity.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like that is like not only is diversity healthy genetically, but it's healthy like
For the
communally.
community.
Yes, exactly.
It all comes back to community.
Yes, exactly. Because like if you don't like run into people who don't look like you or don't have the same diet as you or whatever, like you're gonna be like, them peoples are others.
Yeah.
But like if you grow up in a town or if you like grow up in like a scene and you're being engaged with all these other people from different walks of life, you're like, yo, I see you. We are human beings together on this planet. Tell me of your life. Tell me your story, and I'll share with you mine. And how cool is that? I love it.
The thing that like scares me sometimes with like the way that like conservatives are trying to like make everything illegal now, make everything illegal now. I'm just like, if this all went according to your plan, how bored are you going to be in a few years when you have no arts, no culture, no creativity, like no you're going to be so bored because you're already appropriating everything interesting in your life from other people's cultures, but then wanting to push all the people away. It's just like, you're going to be so bored if things go according to plan. You're not going to have anything to do.
Like, will someone please think of Beyonce and Taylor Swift? Like, their entire fan, like they're like mini government or nation of fans
Yeah.
are mostly queer people. It's just like, you will make these people illegal. Like, dude, I mean, I think there would be riots.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish there were riots.
There should be a few more.
It shouldn't be happening right now.
I actually released a new rap recently that's like my Pride season rap, and it's got a lot of spicy language in it about
Yes.
that kind of behavior. So every time I'm doing the intro to the song, I'm always like, for legal reasons, this song is a joke.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
in case.
Was it one of
Just
these?
in case I get tagged in something.
Oh my god! Like one of my friends, like all their teenage kids, were just like talking about politics. Like we were playing like D&D on the internet or whatever, like on Discord or something like that, and just like he's like 17. He's like, this was a couple of years ago. He's like, just in case the government's listening, like we were talking about uprisings and all that stuff. It's like, I would love to blow up Congress in Minecraft. Like in the video, like that game where like all the kids like build whatever they want to. He's just like, I'm gonna walk into Congress in Minecraft and hold them hostage so that they stop being fascists. I'm like, of course, in this game, Minecraft.
In Minecraft.
Yeah.
Just in Minecraft.
Yeah, it's safe. No one's doing anything. It's just like a bunch of little, like, pixels being
Just
threatened.
pixels.
Yeah. Maybe they're white pixels. They're very rich.
Who knows?
Maybe they're against, like, women's rights and stuff like that. But it's all in Minecraft.
It's just a game.
Yeah, it's safe.
Well, just a little role play.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a little role play.
Not at all. Yeah. It's theater.
Theater of the mind.
All the world's a stage, right?
For us, absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, sure is.
It's drama.
Drama. Speaking of stages, tour life. How long has Bella's been constantly touring the whole time, would you say? Or ever since you kind of formally came together in like the 2011s or?
Yeah, our first tour.
I was going to say, because I feel like you guys have been nonstop touring, at least.
Since I've known you.
Since you've known me, yeah. I mean, yeah, except for those dark times.
We have been able to slow down the past year because of funny experiences, which I may not go into right now.
We don't have to go. We can go into that after.
Thankfully, it's not like personnel.
Yes.
It's not people.
Yeah.
It's a person. And it wasn't part of the band.
No.
Thank God. But that's behind us, legally speaking. And so we've been touring from 2014 to March of 2020, and then we picked it back up like 2022. 2023 was like normal, still a little light, and like we did our first tour to Europe and stuff. Then 2024 was super light.
Yeah.
Compared to what, I mean, it was better than.
But that's still like a solid decade.
Yeah.
Of touring around.
Oh yes, for
sure.
And
you just said you guys went to Europe. That was last year. Is that 2 years ago?
Oh,
last year.
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna hit it back up in the spring again.
Best and worst stages you've played on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been so many of the best. I love like a stage of any size, as long as like the crowd is there.
Yeah, I mean, when I say stages, I mean like the venue as far as like the vibe, the location, the night, like best, but like not hometown. So specifically on tour, what are some of the best places you've been, or some of the worst places you've been?
Some of these like 150 even or like 200 cap clubs in like Germany, like East Germany specifically. Holy crap, were they so fun. And like some of them were like in like these hideouts and bunkers that like anti-fascists would use during like the 30s and 40s to like fight against the Nazis. I was like, this is dope. And there's like, punk rockers come to these shows who are like 15 or 16, whatever their drinking age is there. And then their grandpas who are like in their 60s and 70s.
Nice.
Like OG dino punks from the East. And there's like,
they've seen things.
Yeah, like gray mohawks.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
And they're just like, das is good. You make some good music. And like, we like your views. I'm just like, sick. Or like we played a festival there in May of 2023, and it was like a May Day festival. It was just, I didn't realize what it was going to be. It was just like socialist punk rockers.
That's awesome.
And it was, I mean, I don't think most of them spoke English, and I speak no German, but I was just like, this is the coolest thing. I mean, dude, Saturday was super fun. I was like, low blood sugar, and I thought I didn't do anything. But I seen the video, I'm like, man, I was going ham. The whole audience was going ham.
You mean this past Saturday?
Yeah. Oh. I was just like, I'm dying. I should have like eaten food. Oh God.
Yeah. Well, that's anytime I like get clips of people are like, oh, I took videos of you like on stage. I'm like, it's always just when I'm on stage like doing this. I'm like, what about when I was doing a split? What about when I was doing a back bend? What about when I was using the stage as like a pole?
Yes.
Like, nope, it's just me kind of like,
what about my
Everyone's
talent?
Like, you get hired to do this? I'm like, I was doing more. I promise.
Like a lot more.
I was doing a lot more.
Oh my God.
But no, it's just like me on stage in my overalls during the first song, like warming up.
Yeah. I mean, like, our traditional New Year's thing I always enjoy.
I love doing New
I
Year's.
love
It's so much fun.
Or like, we play this spot up in Saranac Lake that my buddy owns, the water hole. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love Cafe 9 in New Haven,
Mm-hmm.
which is like, we're doing this State Street, or it's like State House, but in New Haven, but it closed. Shout out to Carlos. But Cafe 9, like this, it's owned by this, punk rocker, a little older than we are.
Mm-hmm.
And he still does the road sometimes, but he just like cultivates the scene. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite spots are always like that. It's like, this is what like Robin and his crew up in Brattleboro at the Stone Church do. Like, they cultivate the scene.
Mm-hmm.
They like lift up other venues. They like take chances on bands. They promote, which is like,
Listen up, venues. You gotta promote
like
more.
it's a team effort. They're just
We
like, how
all
come you haven't
gotta
promoted? I'm like, how come
How come you
we
didn't
are
promote it?
promoting? Like, you're just not looking.
I'm like, you're getting a percentage off the tickets, right?
Yeah.
Like, so you should also want to hustle, so you make
silly.
more.
Little silly on that
Oh
end.
my God.
But like, I mean, like across the U.S., whenever we play Detroit, I love.
Mm.
We have like Siberia in New Orleans we play.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. The Poorhouse in Raleigh, North Carolina. So much fun. And like just the festivals that like have taken chances on us over the years, and like we've been able to build a following from them. Theater Bazaar in Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
Floyd Fest in Virginia, Shikori in like, I guess it's in North Carolina technically. Like that, it's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like just getting to experience that. Obviously Strange Creek is like what broke our teeth. Like,
Yeah.
that was like the first festival I ever played.
Yeah, it wasn't the first festival I ever went to, but it was the first festival I went to like by myself and like
Yeah.
didn't know what I was doing or getting into.
Same. Like I didn't go to it until I played it. Like
No.
my father, to his deep regret, took me and my buddies at, I think we were 14.
Oh,
Yeah, we were
jeez.
14 to Woodstock 99, and he's just like, I failed you as a father. We were just like, this is cool. And then like we saw like thinking back on it, a couple of us were talking about it. It was like he took like 4 or 5 of us, and like a couple parents came, and like we saw like sexual assault. I was just like, oh wait, I was like, that doesn't look cool.
This
that lady's
isn't
not having
okay.
fun.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and like I saw like some of Limp Bizkit's set. I was like, this is horrible. I already didn't like them.
Limp Bizkit.
But I was just like, this is bad. And then I think Korn might have played that year.
Mm.
He definitely got us out before the Chili Peppers riot happened.
Oh God.
But like water was $7, which in 1999 was insane.
Yeah.
Now it's just
It's
like,
like-
that's it.
You're like, oh, that's all. Now it's like
But, like,
$20
there
for
was,
like a
like-
little Poland spring.
Like porta potties were like
Just a hole.
overflowing. Yeah. I mean,
A
I don't
hole
mind
in the ground.
I don't mind a hole in the ground.
Listen,
We
I'll
should go
take a hole in the
somewhere.
ground over a porta potty
Yeah.
on day 3 of a festival.
Yes, bro.
I've seen too much.
Thankfully, we're like kind of like Western Mass redneck kids. They were just like just going to the woods, pop squat.
No.
I just like took care of that. But it was wild, that place.
Hmm.
I mean, I saw Rage Against the Machine, and the pit was like 1.5 miles long.
Oh God.
It was
That sounds
awesome.
exhausting.
I mean, it was. I mean, at 14, I was like, this is sick.
I once got stuck in like a Lamb of God circle pit at a festival, and I was like, "Why are we running? Why am I didn't want to do cardio this weekend. This is just jogging.
And it's like a fucking.
But
like
I
a
can't
hurricane.
stop."
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's one thing I really hope that comes back is pit etiquette. I've noticed like.
Well, I think the problem is the pandemic happened, and then the generation of kids now going into bars and clubs and stuff didn't have that like breaking in period where they don't know how to act at shows and they don't know how to act in pits, and like etiquette has just gone so down in like so many venues. Like you go to see like a really good concert and people are standing in the front row just on their phone.
Oh my god.
And like you record a few moments, but I'm just like, if you're in the front row and recording the whole thing, I'm like, they hire people to take videos at most of these. Like if you're banging someone in the band and it's like a basement venue and they don't have event photography, fine. But I'm talking about people who pay like $80 to like $200 to go see a ticket, and then they're just like on their phone the whole time. I'm like, if I'm in the flesh, I want that interaction.
I mean, we just played like Brooklyn, it was like 100 people were there, and it was, you know, fun as heck, throwing down, and there's like 1 or 2 people who were like doing the phone thing, and someone who's seen us at festivals and like has caught our shows in clubs, they're like maybe 23, 24, and they just came up, they're like really bubbly. I thought they were like totally crazy festy kid. They're just a punk clown. I'm like, oh wait, you're super cool.
Yeah.
And like, here am I, like, don't judge people. Ugh. But they like came up to me like, man, I hate it when people on phones at like your shows or anything else, and they're like all of 23. I'm just like, this is such an awesome thing to hear.
No.
And like, we just got into like an hour-long conversation about this stuff, and there's like, be here, be in this experience. Like, don't, like, it's, yeah, you'll get some clicks and likes, but like, you're gonna have a far larger,
the memory's gonna live harder in your brain
Yeah.
than like, you're never gonna go back and watch that video on your phone, or like maybe once in a blue moon if you're showing it to someone else.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I would rather take like the 10-second video just to be like, look how close I was, that was crazy, and send it to 2 or 3 people. Or like if someone's doing a crazy solo and you want to send it to a friend. But I'm like, the whole thing needs to be on your story? I don't think so.
I know. And it's just like, I mean, we're at a point where, you know, we can hire like pro photographers or like photographer buddies. There's like, just come into the show, like if it's a festival, and like, you know, work trade stuff.
Yeah.
But like, so we have like the pro shots that we can put on our IG or whatever.
For the gram.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate that. That's so important now. But
I know it?
Am I dating us? But I just like, I want people to like just let loose and just like, dude, cut yourself off the social media while you're here and be present with us. Be present with yourself. And like,
yeah, nobody wants to like be alone with their thoughts anymore.
No.
Which I get. It's a scary time we're all living in. But like, get a little more comfortable with being alone with your thoughts, and then it won't be as scary every time it happens.
Oh my God. Whenever I fall into my depressive pits, I'm just like, podcast. I'll just listen to podcasts. And
Podcasts.
and I'm just like, so now I don't have to think. I was talking with my brother who recently like had some life-changing events that sucked all kinds of balls, like sweaty, hairy balls. They're like not by choice. He was like, yeah, I just like couldn't process or didn't want to process like the heavy ass, essentially divorce kind of stuff and the breakups and stuff like that. And I just got lost in podcasts.
Podcasts are here for you.
Yeah, they're healing. But I think these, like a talk podcast, I think is something that more you can like help process, because if it's a conversation,
I was going to say, it's nice to like just listen to a third-hand conversation. The amount of times I'll listen to another podcast and someone will be like, oh, like, have you heard of this joke or this song? Or they'll make a reference and I'm like, I know this. And I'm like, this was 3 months ago when they recorded.
I know. Oh my God.
I'm like, I should DM these people. I'm like, don't do that.
Exactly.
I'm like, I do know that song. I'm like, I'm sure somebody has Googled it since then.
Like,
it's fine.
Exactly. And like, I just think when it's like 2 people processing something that like is personal for them, that you know, we're all humans, and there's certainly human universal experiences that we all share. It's like, oh, that's how you dealt with it.
Yeah.
And like, I think my escape that's not always healthy is like, I'm just gonna listen to like a Star Wars podcast put on by a bunch of
no, I love fiction podcasts. So like, it doesn't need to be deep every time.
Oh no, like, I'm so fine with that. But like, I think just for me personally, and for my brother as well, that we were talking about, like, it's just like, when we're in a place where we need to process emotion, don't get lost in fantasy.
That's fair. Yeah.
And it's like, and I think that's the way like my mom processed a lot of her like family trauma stuff. Dude, she's just like, she loves fantasy.
Getting too swept away.
Yeah, she's just like.
Well, this brings us, before we get too deep into that, because we're circling around to the hour mark now. I think we're past it, but that's okay. I like to end the episode, A, plugging things, but B, I always like to do a little, like, in these scary times that we're listening in, like referring to podcasts and stuff, what are we doing, or what are you doing to cope and to give yourself a little bit of hope, like outside of your usual artistic, like self-care things? Like one of my last guests said something about like her and her partner always go to like Treat Tuesday, and the treat can be different every Tuesday, but that's something. I have another guest that's like, oh, I just like make big batches of pancakes and freeze them.
Yo.
So like, what are some little hope and hope things you're doing for yourself to like keep your head up in 2025 and beyond?
Like, I mean, that was a really good segue. Like on that, like, you know, process,
Yeah.
and, like dealing with like depression tip. Like, I tend to isolate when I'm like overwhelmed. Like, I mean, dude, that's just like every day I wake up, I'm sure you do. It's like, this just happened. Great. I think ensuring that I don't isolate myself from friends and family is important. I find ensuring, like by hook or by crook, at least one goddamn day off, where I'm just like,
days off are so important, especially when you do entertainment.
Totally.
Because it doesn't feel like work every day, but it is work.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just like, you know, I don't have that much of a problem not being on Instagram because I fucking hate it. But like, I find just like, don't look at the internet, don't listen to any news, because that news is going to be there tomorrow. The work for justice will be there tomorrow. Take that one day to replenish your cup if you can squeeze in 2. Dude, a bitch recharges after 2.
Yeah, worst case scenario, if someone did all the work during your day off, that'd be great. If took a day off and woke up to social justice globally, that'd be wonderful.
But yeah, just like kind of doing that, like I think treating oneself is so good. And if you're, you know, with your partner, like go to a movie or stay home, make some good food. Like call your ma if you're on that
if you have that kind of relationship.
Yeah.
I do with my mom actually called me while we were recording. I thought about answering it to be like, yeah, you're on the podcast.
My mom doesn't do phones. She doesn't have a cell phone, doesn't know how to use a computer, but like, you know.
My mom thankfully is not on any kind of social media, but she's good at phone.
Yeah, that's good.
But not at text. Yeah. She does the very typical boomer text where she's just like, okay, period, to everything. I'm like, are you mad at me? I'm like, no, that's just how she talks.
I mean, or like if you're like, I got the location, go outside, take a walk.
Touch grass.
Yes.
Touch a little sand.
Yeah, and like, as in like, you know, performer and artist, like, it's a rule in our household because my father and his siblings are musicians. Me and my brother and my foster brother are musicians and creatives and all that shit. My cousins, for the most part, are like, do the thing that you do for like a job as a professional artist. Do it for fun. Take a day. Don't practice the songs you need for Friday. Just play a cover that you like a lot that reminds you of a sweetie or reminds you of anything, a happy or even sad spot in your life, something that like elicits that emotion. Get it out, because I find even just playing to my cat on the porch, he's like, please don't do that. But like, you know, I can hear you blink. Don't sing at me. It hurts. But like, even just like playing on the porch and just like having like a good like cry about like so this old song, maybe someone who I miss a lot, or like an event that I miss a lot, or this song elicits like people who may still be in my life, but we don't really play that much music anymore. And this is a song we used to play together all the fucking time. That's the jam.
Yeah.
Have movie night with your roommates. Just get, you know, you eat an edible and see where it takes you.
See what happens.
And like, what is that? Like, is it Dylan Thomas? Like, just don't go quietly into that dark night. We gotta rage.
Gotta rage.
I know it's like trite and be like, what are you gonna do to rage? I'm just like, anything. Everything.
Make noise.
Cause like, dude.
Be gay, do crime.
Dude. Exactly. And like, apparently being gay and doing, or you know, queer and doing crime is the existence of of that.
Being queer is doing crime.
And like, I mean, just one more thing, I guess, to shut up this diatribe. I was so used to being clocked as like, you know, a terrorist or whatever. It's like it's like my grandmother's ethnicity are the Boston Bombers. Oops.
Yeah.
And then, you know, not growing beards or whatever, because like I can shape. I have my father's white skin and white last name, but like I get clocked. It's so interesting now. I'm sure you can speak to it to once again be hated on for being queer or gay.
Just passing on by.
I was just like, oh, again with this.
This again? Yeah.
In the Northeast? I mean, you always get it in the small towns, like.
Yeah.
But like, on the regular again, I'm like, all right. I treasure.
And then finally, so this will be coming out in July-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff to plug.
Yes. So
You got a list?
yes,
I knew it.
My bass player will be so happy with me, and our manager. So we got 7-Eleven. It's gonna be Hoosick Falls, New York, at Unihog, which is amazing. I didn't understand. I thought Hoosick Falls was just like Redneckville, USA. I come from Redneckville, USA. It's just northern Appalachia.
All right.
It's amazing. The staff is amazing. The crowd is killer, and they're weird and strange, and I love them. And then we're gonna be playing in Stratford, Connecticut at Two Roads Fest, and it's always fun. I don't necessarily drink at this point in my life, but the beer is good. The people are good. It'll probably be way too hot to exist, but it's fun.
Cold beer, hot day.
Yeah, and we'll be like on the road after that, like doing the festival things in the Mid-Atlantic, but we'll be back August 1st in Lowell
Oh.
at Taffeta.
Ooh.
Which is a cool spot.
It is a cool spot.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then we'll be in Portland the next day on the 2nd of August.
We're in Portland.
We'll be playing the Portland House of Music.
Love House of Music.
With this really great band called Dog Lips. We played with them last
Ooh.
December at 3S in Portsmouth, and they are just, oh my gosh. If any Boston people know of Pile, this is like
Yes.
Pile's child. And I'm just
Okay.
like, hell yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. I can sell some people on that.
Oh, yeah.
I know some Pile
I
fans.
fucking love them. Like, our set's only 45 minutes. I'm just like, that will
That's
be
fine.
glorious.
Perfect.
Heaven.
That's all we need.
Mm-hmm.
Sick.
All right.
All right. That's all we're plugging for now. All right.
Yeah. That's all we got.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much for coming on to my podcast,
Oh, my gosh.
talking shit, catching up.
I love you.
Spreading
so
weird.
much.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And for the rest of you out there, thank you once again for listening to another illustrious episode of Buster's Beat. Make sure you tune in for the next one. Follow us on Spotify, YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts now as well. So, give us all the 5 stars wherever you can. Tell your friends. Be gay, do crime, fuck Trump, free Palestine.
That's what's up.
Have a good day. Goodbye. Wash your hands.
Bye. Yes.